Maybe you saw that Assassin's Creed Valhalla achievement leak. I was also like, whoa, when I read the title, because playtesters are likely playing the game at home and maybe testing online features, and that's how the achievements got leaked. Would not be the first time that a game leaked that way. Microsoft punished the playtesters for that. But yeah, after reading the achievements, it became clear that someone just spent a ton of time making this leak. We do have YouTuber Raviti though, who made a video on this and shared some things that are actually true about this leak. So I want to go over that. We got some new potential voice actors for this game and more. So a like on the video would be super appreciated, and let's go. Before we get into it, I want to highlight the sponsor of this video, Displate, where you can get a ton of amazing prints of almost everything, yes, really everything. So I of course immediately went and looked for some awesome Assassin's Creed prints and got this one of Bayek and also the Odyssey logo. And they then sent it to you, and I was really impressed by the quality. They namely print it on a metal plate, and it's really easy to put on your wall as well. They namely use magnets, and first you have to put these protective leaves on your wall, and then put the magnet in the middle, and you really have then these plates on your wall before you know it. Making my office studio even more inviting, and I will totally find space for the other tree that I ordered as well. So totally follow the special link in the video description to get a discount at checkout. 27% for 1 or 2 plates, and 35% if you get 3 or more. And this offer lasts till April 9th, so you gotta be fast. Again, check the special link in the video description. Thanks again to Displate for sponsoring the video, and now let's get back into it. Let's start with those achievements. I never really want to make a video talking only about a fake leak. I did get a ton of questions about this one, so I still wanted to quickly address it and actually talk about what Spanish YouTuber Raviti said in his video. You can find a link to his video in the video description, and totally if you are Spanish, give it a watch because he does a ton of Assassin's Creed content. First up, my editor Tom was already able to clearly point out that things did not really make sense. Like, it did not line up with how a list of achievements normally looks, so it already looked fabricated. We see sequences in this achievement list, and that is something that Ubisoft actually moved away from with Origins, where it was just main quest, and in Odyssey they went with episodes. Sure, there is a possibility that they go back to sequences, although I don't expect the modern day to be any bigger than in Origins, so it might not really make sense. That said though, I totally think that this new game will be more of an Assassin's Creed game than Odyssey. Ubisoft actually already confirmed that around the launch of Odyssey. They said that it was lacking some flavor of an assassin, so we are working on that. We don't want to move away, we want to respect the brand, but also want to improve it. I think the RPG mechanics are really improved, but we need the leap of faith, the sound, and all the good stuff from the previous games. I would be shocked if we did not have a hidden blade in this Viking game. Like, I really think that the first trailer will already show that. There was a spelling error in the achievements. It said leave Ericsson with IE while it should be EI. And one achievement said remove the Templar presence from all regions. But will there be Templars in this game? The Viking era was a few hundred years before we know that the Templars existed. I mean, maybe they do some sort of twist, but this was already a red flag in the achievements as well. We also have perfect synchronization, have all 4 co-op players be a different character. But Raviti went on to say in his video that we should not expect co-op in this game. I would love to see it. I think it would be really a ton of fun to infiltrate a base together. But I do think that that's more something they either introduce post-launch, but more likely introduce with a true next-gen Assassin's Creed game. I expect this game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, to be more of an evolution of Origins and Odyssey, because it will also run on the current gen systems. Kind of Black Flag compared to Assassin's Creed 3, and you can throw Rogue in there too. Unity was the first game to only launch on PS4 and Xbox One. So when we reach that point in the PlayStation 5 and Series X life cycle, I expect them to maybe try more multiplayer things. I would love to be wrong and that we have a multiplayer in this Viking game, but it seems unlikely, so I don't think we should expect it. Raviti does say that there will be settlements though. We got the greater than Canute achievement for fully upgrading all settlements. And the name of the game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, seems to be right as well. We already touched on the fact that Assassin's Creed Ragnarok is false, as mentioned by one of the most trustworthy industry insiders. So it seems like Ubisoft is going with Valhalla instead. According to Jason Schreier from Kotaku, the codename of the game is Assassin's Creed Kingdom. No, not the Lost Kingdom, although they maybe want to ride that hype. Would be smart maybe. The 4th season of this Viking TV show will namely release at the end of this month. Believe the hype, April 26th is when The Lost Kingdom Season 4 hits Netflix. And this the Instagram from Jeppe Beck Lawson, and I hope I pronounced that right. He's a Norwegian actor and a gamer who's now followed by both Darby and Ellen, who are both writers at Ubisoft and very likely working on the new Assassin's Creed. We saw them on this picture with Ashraf and Abubakar, the voice actor of Bayek, of course. And by the way, Abubakar is opening his own gaming studio. That is what he was teasing, so that's very big indeed. I, of course, wish him all the luck, and we'll keep an eye out. Curious what the first game will be. Either way, going back to Jeppe Beck Lawson, because with him like following Darby and Darby following him back, you would think that there's more going on, right? Darby only follows 216 people, and some of them appear to be Norwegian actors for some reason. So it would be awesome if Jeppe did some motion capture for this game. I did find this video of him for The Lost Kingdom in 2018. I still need to watch this show. I'm almost at the end of Vikings though. And I also want to thank Colin for reaching out to me about this as well. And he's the admin of the ones who came before, and I left a link to them in the video description, also worth checking out for AC News. So he was eagle-eyed and spotted more actors who are now followed and are following the narrative director at Ubisoft Montreal, Darby. And one of them is Kaisa Mohammer, and I again hope I pronounced that right. And she actually played in a movie called Viking Destiny. In 2018 we had the director of Odyssey talk about how it would be a mistake to limit our players, limit our fanbase from as many people as possible with only male protagonists. I don't know why we would go back. So I totally think that we will have a male and a female character in this Viking game. Scott said this when he likely already knew about this Viking game. So why would you otherwise say it, right? If the Viking game only has one of the two characters. So it is possible that Kaisa is the voice actress of the female lead of this new game. Another actor who might be linked to this Viking game, who Darby is also following, is Gudmundur Thorvaldsson. And of course, your input as to how to pronounce these names would be more than welcome in the comments down below, so I don't mess it up the next time. He actually played Remus in the Witcher TV show, who was first asked to kill a monster, but then died, and then Geralt finished the job. He also played in Valhalla Murders, by the way, I'm not making this up. Mike Fodder, the ex-Game Informer writer and now a writer of gaming books, has some inside scoops into E3 and how they were first going to host an online digital event instead of the physical event that was of course cancelled. But it seems like the ESA, the organizers, are now going to shy away from that with an official announcement coming in the next few days. And IGN already went ahead and announced their own sort of E3 initiative called Summer of Games, with 2K, Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco and way more already joining them with digital showcases. And Ubisoft does not seem to be a part of this Summer of Games, at least yet. We already know that they are going to do their own digital event around the same time as E3, but if the ESA is going to announce that they are not going to do any E3 thing this year, and IGN announcing their own thing, I do think that we will have to hear more concrete info about what Ubisoft is going to do soon as well. And then we know the final possible reveal date for this new Assassin's Creed, because it will totally be part of that event, and there's actually a chance that we already see it before that. So when that announcement comes of the Ubisoft E3 initiative, we can start the countdown, and I will tell you of course everything here once we know more. So totally subscribe for everything on the new Assassin's Creed, like this video to support the channel, and the new Assassin's Creed is not delayed yet according to Ubisoft. So that's good news, but is it realistic? I talk about that in my new video that you can watch by clicking on the screen. I know I ask you about sending questions that I want to answer at the end of every Sunday video. I want to do that, but I will have to delay that idea for the next Sunday video because it's kind of busy right now, but I will go back to that, so don't worry about it. For now though, stay safe and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye!